This weekend, the Santiago Bernabéu will once again burst into life, the beating heart of world football, as Real Madrid and Barcelona lock horns in the 261st edition of El Clásico. Two giants of the game, both in sparkling form, both boasting stars at the peak of their powers. It promises to be a clash of fire, flair, and pure tactical brilliance. But this time, there's a different kind of anticipation in the air. The world isn't just waiting for another Real Madrid and Barcelona showdown. It's waiting for Xabi Alonso's first El Clásico from the dugout. He's no longer the midfield maestro dictating rhythm and tempo, no longer the player who once felt every blade of grass on this sacred pitch. Now he stands on the touchline as the architect, orchestrating a new era of Galacticos from the technical area. For many in the football world, this moment marks the greatest turning point of Alonso's managerial career, the next chapter after that historic treble with Bayer Leverkusen that shook Europe to its core. Sunday's Clásico will be the truest test yet of his footballing philosophy. Can Alonso maintain the composure and icy control that define a true commander? Or will he be swept away by the same raw emotion that once fueled him as a player in this fierce, eternal rivalry? Both Real Madrid and Barcelona enter this Clásico riding waves of confidence and ambition. Los Blancos currently top La Liga with 24 points after 9 matches, just 2 ahead of Barca's 22, a narrow gap that adds even more weight to this encounter at the Bernabéu. One win could flip the entire title race, with Barcelona ready to snatch the throne if they conquer Madrid's fortress. After that bitter derby defeat to Atletico, Real Madrid have rediscovered their balance, resilience, and the steely mindset of true champions under Alonso's command. They bounced back with a 3-1 victory over Villarreal and a hard-fought 1-0 win at Getafe. That form was reaffirmed in Europe, where they edged past Juventus in the Champions League qualifiers, keeping their perfect continental record intact. It's the kind of momentum every great team needs before El Clásico. Meanwhile, over in Catalonia, Barcelona have also found their way back after that humbling 4-1 defeat to Sevilla. 2 straight wins have reignited belief, a nail-biting 2-1 victory over Girona, sealed by a dramatic late header from Ronald Araujo, followed by a ruthless 6-1 demolition of Olympiacos. That Girona game, though ugly at times, spoke volumes about Barca's spirit. It showed a team refusing to bow down, a squad determined to claw its way back into the title fight. But there's a twist. Head coach Hansi Flick will be absent from the touchline, serving a suspension after his red card against Girona. And in a match as emotional and tactical as El Clásico, his absence could prove costly. When you look at the numbers, the balance is almost poetic. Over the last 5 La Liga rounds, both Real Madrid and Barcelona have identical records: 4 wins, 1 defeat. That symmetry only amplifies the stakes. This Clásico isn't just a game, it's a chess match played at the highest level of footballing artistry. For Real Madrid, this isn't simply about 3 points. After the victory over Juventus, Aurélien Tchouaméni summed up the squad's mindset perfectly. El Clásico is the one game we must win. It's about redemption, payback for last season's painful reality, when Barcelona consistently had their number in head-to-head clashes. But make no mistake, Barca, under Flick's blueprint, are just as hungry to extend their dominance over their fiercest rivals. El Clásico has never been just a football match. It's a war of ideologies, a cultural collision that transcends generations, woven deep into the fabric of both clubs' identities. The Bernabéu has witnessed unforgettable stories: the betrayal of Luis Figo, booed and branded Judas, Ronaldinho's brilliance that forced even Real Madrid fans to rise and applaud, and of course the eternal duel between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, 2 titans who defined an era. Now a new chapter begins, a duel between Kylian Mbappe, the global icon of his generation, and Lamine Yamal, the teenage prodigy rewriting what's possible for someone his age. Mbappe remains Real Madrid's heartbeat, consistent, lethal, decisive. He scored the winner against Getafe and has been nominated for La Liga's Player of the Month. Vinicius Jr., fresh off his off-field turbulence, has rediscovered his spark, showcasing that familiar flair and providing a crucial assist against Juventus. Jude Bellingham is back on the score sheet, his first of the season, a huge relief for Madridistas everywhere. And perhaps the biggest surprise of all, Arda Güler, the young Turkish magician, is blossoming under Alonso's guidance. In constant motion, fearless on the ball, he's contributed directly to several goals and was deservedly named man of the match against Juventus. On the other side, Barcelona's stars are ready to answer back, and they're not short on firepower. Lamine Yamal, the teenage wonder who helped dismantle Madrid 4-0 at the Bernabéu last season, looks primed for another statement performance under the brightest lights. Marcus Rashford continues to silence every doubt, proving that class knows no borders. And if he keeps this form up, Barca's option to make his move permanent feels more and more inevitable. Then there's Fermín López, the unlikely hero who's suddenly become the team's most prolific scorer, fresh off a stunning Champions League hat-trick. And perhaps the biggest boost of all, Rafinha is back in training after a month on the sidelines, injecting pace, width, and belief into the squad right before their trip to Madrid. But make no mistake, El Clásico leaves no room for error. One moment of brilliance can change everything, and one lapse in concentration can destroy it all. This is a tactical battlefield where every decision, every substitution, every tiny adjustment could tilt the balance. The manager who identifies and strikes at his rival's Achilles heel will be the one who walks away victorious. For Barca, though, the challenges are mounting. They're facing a serious personnel crisis. Key players Robert Lewandowski and possibly Gavi and Dani Olmo could all be sidelined. That's a major blow to both their midfield creativity and attacking punch. It also forces Rashford to play out of position, something that could prove costly in such a high-stakes, high-pressure fixture. And then there's the defense, Barca's most fragile wound. Their high defensive line has always been a double-edged sword, thrilling when it works, disastrous when it doesn't. The fullbacks often push too high, leaving acres of space behind them, and in those gaps lurk two of the most devastating transition players on the planet, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. You can be sure Real Madrid will look to exploit that weakness ruthlessly, hitting fast and direct, especially if Araujo and Koundé fail to cover each other's blind spots. Even with all their momentum, the Galacticos' armor isn't flawless. There are cracks beneath the shine. Real Madrid's biggest weakness lies in their growing dependence on individual brilliance, particularly from Kylian Mbappe. Analysts have warned, shut down Mbappe, and you effectively neutralize half of Madrid's attacking power. If Barca can contain the French superstar, the balance could tilt in their favor. But the real concern for Madrid sits deeper, in midfield and defense. Their engine room, built around power and pace, could struggle against Pedri's graceful control and quick combinations. Yes, Arda Güler has been a revelation, sharp, fearless, and inventive, but at just 20 years old and still adapting to his new central role, he remains a work in progress. Then comes the defensive headache. Injuries have ripped holes through the back line. Both Trent Alexander-Arnold and Dani Carvajal are out, forcing captain Federico Valverde to drop back and cover at right back. A solution that's brave but far from ideal. To make matters worse, Dean Huijsen, arguably Madrid's best defender this season, is also expected to miss out with a muscle injury. And the uncertain returns of Rudiger and Alaba only deepen Alonso's defensive dilemma. In the end, El Clásico has never been just 90 minutes of football. It's a test of nerves, stamina, and above all, strategy. It's about who can hide their weaknesses better and who can strike where it hurts most. When the whistle blows at the Santiago Bernabéu, it won't just be about tactics or talent, it'll be about composure, courage, and conviction. Predicting a Clásico is a fool's game. It never goes by the script. Real Madrid have the home crowd and the unstoppable aura of Mbappe. Barcelona bring youth, freedom, and the fearless energy of a side reborn. Maybe we'll see goals galore, a chaotic, beautiful battle where individual brilliance outshines structure. Whatever happens, one truth remains unchanged. El Clásico will always be the heartbeat of Spanish football, a spectacle where history breathes, emotions explode, and legends are born. So, what do you think? Will Mbappe light up the Bernabéu, or will Lamine Yamal steal the show in Madrid? Share your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.